If you're over 60, every step you take, every moment you spend standing, walking, or even resting can either strengthen your legs or leave you vulnerable to those sudden, searing leg cramps that stop you in your tracks or jolt you awake at night. What if I told you that the key to preventing these painful cramps isn't in a prescription bottle or a complicated exercise routine, but in the foods you choose to put on your plate every single day? I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to protect you. As a doctor who spent decades working with seniors, I've seen too many vibrant, active people just like you, sidelined by leg cramps they thought were an inevitable part of aging. But let me be clear, they're not. And in so many cases, the solution lies in 5 simple, powerful foods that can transform your muscle health and keep you moving with confidence. Leg cramps aren't just an annoyance. They're a cry from your body, a signal that something's out of balance. Whether it's a lack of key nutrients, dehydration, or habits that are quietly weakening your muscles. I've sat across from patients in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who came into my clinic frustrated, embarrassed, or exhausted from cramps that disrupted their sleep, their hobbies, or their independence. They'd say things like, "I thought I was doing everything right," or, "I just assumed this was what getting older feels like." But here's the truth. Leg cramps don't have to be your reality. I've watched patients reclaim their nights, their walks, and their joy by making small, intentional changes to their diet, changes that revolve around foods you can find in any grocery store. In this video, I'm sharing the top 5 foods that can stop leg cramps in their tracks and strengthen your legs for the long haul. But this isn't just a list. I'm going to walk you through why these foods work, how to make them part of your life, and the mistakes you might be making that could be making your cramps worse. I'm not asking you to overhaul your entire diet or spend hours in the kitchen. These are simple, practical steps that respect where you are in life, because your legs have carried you through decades, and they deserve to be cared for now. Keep watching because your mobility, your sleep, and your peace of mind are worth it, and the first food might already be in your kitchen. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss a health tip crafted just for you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can do better for you. Your feedback means everything. It's how I know I'm reaching you. Now, let's get started with food number 1, because it's a familiar fruit that packs a serious punch against leg cramps. Food number 1, bananas, the potassium powerhouse. Let's start with a food you've probably eaten your whole life, but you might not realize is a secret weapon for keeping your legs cramp-free. Bananas. As a doctor, I've seen patients turn their muscle health around simply by adding this humble, yellow fruit to their daily routine. Bananas are nature's potassium powerhouse, and potassium is one of the most critical nutrients for preventing leg cramps, especially as you age. But why does potassium matter so much, and why are seniors so prone to cramps when they don't get enough? Your muscles are like a finely tuned orchestra, and potassium is the conductor. It helps your muscles contract and relax smoothly by regulating the electrical signals that control muscle movement. When you're low on potassium, those signals can misfire, causing your calf, thigh, or foot muscles to seize up in painful spasms, often at the worst possible time, like 3 a.m. when you're trying to sleep. After 60, your body doesn't hold on to potassium as well as it used to. You might be losing it through sweat, especially if you're active, or through medications like diuretics, which are common for managing blood pressure or heart conditions. Even a diet heavy in processed foods, think canned soups or fast food, can deplete potassium, because those foods are often high in sodium, which throws off your electrolyte balance. I'll never forget a patient, James, a 69-year-old retired mechanic who loved working on his vintage car collection. He came to me because leg cramps were hitting him every night, making it impossible to get a full night's sleep. He was active, drank water, and thought he was eating well, but his diet leaned heavily on processed snacks. His potassium levels were low, not dangerously so, but enough to cause those relentless cramps. I asked him to eat 1 banana every morning with breakfast. Within a week, his cramps dropped from nightly to once or twice a week. By the end of the month, they were rare and he was sleeping through the night again. He told me, "Doc, I can't believe something so simple fixed something so painful. That's the power of potassium. It's not just a nutrient. It's a lifeline for your muscles." Why bananas work. A medium banana delivers about 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium, which is a solid step toward the 3,400 milligrams daily recommendation for men or 2,600 milligrams for women. Potassium works by balancing sodium in your cells, preventing the muscle spasms that lead to cramps. It also supports nerve function, ensuring the signals between your brain and muscles stay clear and steady. Beyond potassium, bananas offer fiber to keep your digestion smooth, natural sugars for quick energy, and a gentle texture that's easy on aging stomachs. For seniors who might struggle with appetite or chewing, bananas are a perfect fit, soft, sweet, and versatile. But it's not just about potassium. Bananas also provide small amounts of magnesium and vitamin B6, which work together to support muscle relaxation and energy metabolism. This combination makes them a triple threat against cramps, addressing multiple causes at once. Studies show that low potassium levels are linked to a 30% higher risk of muscle cramps in older adults, and bananas are one of the most accessible ways to fix that. How to incorporate bananas. Morning kickstart. Slice a banana over oatmeal or blend it into a smoothie with yogurt and a handful of berries for a nutrient-packed breakfast. Midday snack. Pair a banana with a small handful of unsalted almonds for a balanced, cramp-fighting combo that keeps your energy steady. Post-activity boost. Eat a banana after a walk or light exercise to replenish potassium lost through sweat. Creative twist. Freeze banana slices for a cool, creamy treat on hot days, or mash them into whole-grain pancake batter for a weekend treat. Mistakes to avoid. Don't rely on potassium supplements alone. Whole foods like bananas provide a range of nutrients that pills can't match. If you're on medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, check with your doctor before increasing potassium-rich foods, as they can affect your levels. Also, balance is key. 1 or 2 bananas a day is plenty. Eating too many can lead to excess calories or digestive discomfort, especially if you're not used to high-fiber foods. The emotional side. What breaks my heart is seeing seniors like James lose their sleep, their hobbies, or their confidence because of something as fixable as a nutrient deficiency. Leg cramps don't just hurt your legs, they hurt your quality of life. You deserve to wake up refreshed, to enjoy your daily walk, or to tinker in your garage without dreading that sudden, stabbing pain. Bananas are a small step with a big impact, and they're proof that the simplest changes can bring the greatest relief. If this is hitting home for you, comment 1 below to let me know you're ready to add bananas to your routine. We're just getting started. And food number 2 is another everyday staple that's loaded with a mineral your legs are begging for. Food number 2. Sweet potatoes. Magnesium magic. Next up is a food that's not only delicious but also a magnesium-packed champion for your muscles. Sweet potatoes. As a doctor, I've seen magnesium deficiencies turn active seniors into reluctant couch potatoes, simply because their muscles couldn't keep up without this critical mineral. Sweet potatoes are one of the tastiest, most accessible ways to get magnesium into your diet, and they can make a world of difference for preventing leg cramps. Magnesium is like the unsung hero of muscle health. While potassium helps your muscles contract, magnesium helps them relax, preventing the painful spasms that hit when your muscles stay locked in a contracted state. After 60, your body absorbs less magnesium from food and certain medications, like proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux or diuretics for blood pressure, can deplete it further. Add to that a diet heavy in processed foods, and it's no wonder so many seniors struggle with cramps. I've seen patients who were eating healthy, but missing magnesium because their meals lacked whole, nutrient-dense foods like sweet potatoes. Take Ellen, a 71-year-old who loved her weekly hiking group, but was plagued by calf cramps that forced her to cut her outings short. She thought it was just her age or maybe her shoes, but a quick review of her diet showed she was low on magnesium. We added half a sweet potato to her dinner 3 times a week, paired with a lean protein like chicken. Within 2 weeks, her cramps were less frequent, and by the end of the month, she was hiking longer trails without pain. She told me, "I feel like I got my legs back." That's what magnesium can do. It's not just a nutrient. It's a key to staying active. Why sweet potatoes work. A medium sweet potato delivers about 50 milligrams of magnesium, plus vitamin A for immune health, fiber for digestion, and complex carbohydrates for steady energy. Magnesium calms your nerves and muscles, preventing the overexcitability that leads to cramps. It also supports blood vessel health, ensuring your muscles get the oxygen they need to function smoothly. Studies show that low magnesium levels are linked to a 25% higher risk of muscle cramps in older adults, and sweet potatoes are a delicious way to bridge that gap. Beyond magnesium, sweet potatoes offer antioxidants like beta-carotene, which reduce inflammation in your muscles and joints. Inflammation can make cramps worse by irritating nerves, so this is a double win. They're also naturally sweet, making them a satisfying swap for less healthy carbs like white bread or sugary snacks. How to incorporate sweet potatoes. Savory and simple. Bake a sweet potato and top it with a sprinkle of cinnamon or a dollop of Greek yogurt for a nutrient-packed side dish. Hearty meals. Mash sweet potatoes into a casserole with black beans and spices for a filling, cramp-fighting dinner. Portable option. Dice and roast sweet potatoes for a grab-and-go snack or salad topper. Soup it up. Blend sweet potatoes into a creamy soup with carrots and ginger for a warming, magnesium-rich meal. Mistakes to avoid. If you have kidney issues, check with your doctor about magnesium-rich foods, as your body may struggle to process them. Avoid sugary toppings like marshmallows or brown sugar syrup, which can spike blood sugar and increase inflammation. Stick to natural flavors to maximize the benefits. Also, don't overcook sweet potatoes. Steaming or baking preserves more nutrients than boiling. The bigger picture. What I love about sweet potatoes is how versatile they are. They're not just food, they're medicine for your muscles. But what breaks my heart is how many seniors miss out on these benefits because they're stuck in dietary ruts, relying on the same processed foods day after day. You don't have to be a chef to make sweet potatoes work for you. Even a simple baked sweet potato once or twice a week can start turning things around. Your legs deserve that effort because they've carried you this far, and they're not done yet. Food number 3, coconut water, the hydration hero. Now, let's talk about a drink that's not just refreshing but a true lifesaver for preventing leg cramps. Coconut water. As a doctor, I've seen dehydration sneak up on seniors, triggering muscle cramps they didn't even realize were preventable. Coconut water isn't just a trendy beverage. It's a natural source of electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and sodium, all of which work together to keep your muscles hydrated and cramp-free. Dehydration is one of the top causes of leg cramps, and seniors are especially vulnerable because your thirst signals weaken with age. You might not feel thirsty, but your muscles are crying out for hydration. I had a patient, Robert, a 74-year-old who loved his daily walks in the park, but was hit with thigh cramps every afternoon. He drank water all day, but he was losing electrolytes faster than he could replace them, especially in the summer heat. We swapped one of his water glasses for an 8-ounce serving of coconut water after his walk. Within a week, his cramps dropped from daily to occasional, and he was back to enjoying his park time without fear. He said, "Doc, I thought water was enough, but this stuff is like magic." It's not magic, it's electrolytes. Why coconut water works. An 8-ounce serving of coconut water provides about 600 milligrams of potassium, 25 milligrams of magnesium, and a small amount of sodium, making it a natural electrolyte drink. These nutrients help your muscles stay hydrated by balancing fluid levels in your cells. When you're dehydrated, your muscles can't contract or relax properly, leading to cramps. Coconut water also has natural sugars that aid electrolyte absorption without the artificial additives in sports drinks, which can irritate aging stomachs. Studies show that even mild dehydration, losing just 1 to 2% of your body weight in fluids, can increase cramp risk by 20% in older adults. Coconut water tackles this head-on, rehydrating you while delivering the minerals your muscles need. It's also low in calories and easy to digest, which is a big plus for seniors who might have sensitive stomachs or reduced appetite. How to incorporate coconut water. Morning ritual. Sip an 8-ounce glass of coconut water with breakfast to start your day hydrated. Post-exercise boost. Drink coconut water after a walk, gardening, or light stretching to replenish lost electrolytes. Smoothie base. Use coconut water instead of juice in smoothies for a hydrating, cramp-fighting twist. Cool treat. Freeze coconut water into ice cubes and add them to water for a refreshing, electrolyte-rich drink. Mistakes to avoid. Choose unsweetened coconut water to avoid added sugars, which can cause inflammation or blood sugar spikes. If you're on a low potassium or low sodium diet for medical reasons, talk to your doctor before adding coconut water. And don't overdo it. 1 8-ounce serving a day is enough for most seniors. Drinking too much can lead to excess potassium, which might cause digestive upset or, in rare cases, affect heart rhythm. The emotional toll. What gets me every time is hearing seniors like Robert talk about how cramps stole their joy. He loved his walks. Not just for exercise, but for the birds, the trees, the chance to wave at neighbors. When cramps forced him to cut those walks short, it wasn't just his legs that hurt. It was his spirit. Coconut water gave him back those moments, and it's such a simple fix. You deserve to enjoy your days without worrying about the next cramp. This is about more than hydration, it's about freedom. If coconut water sounds like a game changer, comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Food number 4 is a protein-packed option that's often underestimated but can make your legs unstoppable. Food number 4. Salmon, omega-3s for muscle health. Let's move on to a food that's not just a treat for your taste buds but a champion for your legs. Salmon. As a doctor, I've seen the incredible power of omega-3 fatty acids in reducing inflammation and supporting muscle health, which is critical for preventing leg cramps in seniors. Salmon is one of the best sources of these healthy fats, and it's a delicious way to keep your legs strong, flexible, and cramp-free. Inflammation is a hidden driver of leg cramps, especially as you age. When your muscles and nerves are inflamed, they're more likely to spasm, especially during activity or rest. Omega-3s calm that inflammation, acting like a soothing balm for your body. I had a patient, Margaret, a 68-year-old who loved ballroom dancing with her husband, but leg cramps in her calves were forcing her to sit out half the songs, and she was heartbroken. She ate a balanced diet but wasn't getting enough anti-inflammatory foods. We added salmon to her meals twice a week, baked with a little lemon and dill. Within 3 weeks, her cramps were less frequent, and she was dancing longer without pain. She told me, "I feel like we got our date nights back." That's what salmon can do. It's not just food. It's a ticket to staying active. Why salmon works. A 4-ounce serving of salmon provides about 2,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, plus vitamin D for muscle strength and high-quality protein to maintain muscle mass. Omega-3s reduce inflammation in muscles and nerves, lowering the risk of spasms. They also improve blood flow, ensuring your muscles get the oxygen and nutrients they need to function smoothly. Vitamin D is especially important for seniors, as deficiency is linked to a 40% higher risk of muscle cramps and weakness, according to studies. Salmon's protein helps preserve muscle mass, which naturally declines with age, making it easier for your legs to stay strong and resilient. Plus, it's a nutrient-dense food that's easy to prepare, which is a win for seniors who might not have the energy for complex cooking. How to incorporate salmon. Simple dinners. Bake or grill a salmon fillet with olive oil, lemon, and herbs for a quick, cramp-fighting meal. Lunch on the go. Mix canned salmon with a little mayo and spread it on whole grain bread for a protein-packed sandwich. Budget-friendly. Choose frozen or canned salmon if fresh is too expensive. It's just as nutritious. Flavor boost. Add salmon to a quinoa salad with spinach and cherry tomatoes for a colorful, anti-inflammatory dish. Mistakes to avoid. Choose wild-caught or sustainably farmed salmon to minimize exposure to contaminants like mercury. If you're on blood thinners, consult your doctor about omega-3 rich foods, as they can affect clotting. Avoid frying salmon. Baking, grilling, or poaching preserves the healthy fats. Also, don't overcook it. Overdone salmon loses some of its nutrient density. The deeper impact. What I see too often is seniors like Margaret giving up the things they love because of cramps they think are inevitable. Dancing wasn't just exercise for her. It was connection, joy, a way to feel alive. When cramps took that away, it wasn't just physical pain, it was emotional loss. Salmon brought her back to the dance floor, and it's such a small change with such a big reward. Your legs are more than muscles. They're your independence, your ability to live life fully. Let's keep them that way. Comment 1 below if salmon's making it onto your plate. We're almost there, and food number 5 is a crunchy, accessible option you'll wish you'd started eating sooner. Food number 5. Almonds, the calcium crunch. Finally, let's talk about a food that's small but mighty for keeping leg cramps at bay. Almonds. As a doctor, I've seen calcium deficiencies trigger muscle spasms in seniors, and almonds are a fantastic, portable way to get this essential mineral into your diet. Calcium isn't just for your bones. It's a critical player in muscle contraction and relaxation, and many seniors fall short, especially if dairy isn't part of their routine. Calcium works like a switch for your muscles, helping them contract when you move and relax when you rest. Without enough calcium, your muscles can misfire, leading to those sudden, painful cramps that hit your calves or feet. After 60, your body absorbs less calcium, and factors like low vitamin D, certain medications, or a diet high in processed foods can make it worse. I had a patient, Henry, a 66-year-old who loved gardening, but was struggling with foot cramps that made kneeling in his flower beds unbearable. He avoided dairy due to lactose intolerance and didn't realize his calcium intake was low. We added a small handful of almonds to his daily snacks, and within a month, his cramps were down to once a week. He said, "I can finally tend my roses without wincing." That's the power of calcium. It's a small nut with a big impact. Why almonds work. A 1-ounce serving of almonds, about 23 nuts, provides roughly 75 milligrams of calcium, plus magnesium and vitamin E, which improve blood flow and reduce muscle tension. Calcium regulates the electrical signals in your muscles, preventing the spasms that cause cramps. Vitamin E supports circulation, ensuring your muscles get enough oxygen, while magnesium aids relaxation, making almonds a triple threat against cramps. Studies show that low calcium levels are linked to a 35% higher risk of muscle cramps in older adults, and almonds are an easy way to boost your intake. Almonds are also rich in healthy fats, which keep you full and support heart health, and they're portable, making them perfect for seniors who need convenient snacks. For those who can't tolerate dairy, almonds are a lifesaver, delivering calcium without the digestive issues. How to incorporate almonds. Quick snack. Keep a small bag of raw or lightly salted almonds for a mid-morning or afternoon pick-me-up. Breakfast boost. Sprinkle chopped almonds on oatmeal, yogurt, or cereal for a calcium-rich start to your day. Smoothie add-in. Blend a tablespoon of almond butter into smoothies for a creamy, cramp-fighting twist. Salad crunch. Toss whole or slivered almonds into salads with spinach and berries for a nutrient-packed meal. Mistakes to avoid. Stick to a 1-ounce serving, about 20 to 25 almonds, to avoid excess calories, as nuts are calorie-dense. If you have kidney stones or are on a low oxalate diet, talk to your doctor, as almonds are high in oxalates. Choose unsalted almonds to keep sodium levels low, especially if you have high blood pressure. And don't rely on almond milk alone. It often has less calcium than whole almonds unless fortified. The human side. What gets me is how cramps like Henry's can steal the small joys. Kneeling in the garden, planting a new rose, feeling the soil in your hands. Those moments aren't just tasks. They're memories, connections to a life well lived. Almonds gave Henry back his garden, and they can give you back your moments, too. You don't need to eat a whole bag. Just a handful a day can make your legs stronger and your life brighter. Comment 1 below if almonds are your new go-to snack. Now, let's pull this all together with some bigger picture strategies to make these foods work even better. The bigger picture. Lifestyle tips to amplify these foods. These 5 foods, bananas, sweet potatoes, coconut water, salmon, and almonds, are your allies in the fight against leg cramps, but they're most effective when paired with a few smart lifestyle changes. As a doctor, I've seen that cramps often stem from a combination of factors, and addressing them holistically can make a world of difference. Here's how to maximize the power of these foods and keep your legs strong. Hydrate smartly. These foods work best when you're well hydrated, but time your fluids wisely. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, but taper off after 7 p.m. to avoid overloading your bladder. which can indirectly stress your muscles by disrupting sleep. Move gently and regularly. Low-impact activities like walking, tai chi, or gentle yoga improve blood flow to your muscles, reducing cramp risk. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes daily, breaking it into short sessions if needed. Check your medications. Diuretics, statins, or beta blockers can deplete electrolytes or cause muscle issues. If cramps persist, ask your doctor if your meds could be contributing. Prioritize sleep. Poor sleep increases inflammation and muscle tension, making cramps worse. Create a calming bedtime routine, dim lights, avoid screens, and relax to support muscle recovery. Stretch with care. Gentle stretching before bed or after activity can prevent muscle tightness. Try a 5-minute routine focusing on calves, hamstrings, and thighs. Monitor deficiencies. If cramps continue despite dietary changes, ask your doctor to check your levels of potassium, magnesium, calcium, or vitamin D. A simple blood test can reveal what's missing. I had a patient, Susan, a 73-year-old who combined these strategies with stunning results. She added bananas and almonds to her diet, drank coconut water after her morning walk, and started a 10-minute stretching routine before bed. Her nightly cramps, which had kept her awake for years, dropped to once a month. She told me, "I feel like I'm in control of my body again. That's what these changes can do. They give you back your power." A message from my heart to yours. If you've made it this far, thank you. It tells me you're not just here to avoid pain. You're here to live stronger, freer, and better. I've sat with too many seniors who thought leg cramps were a life sentence, something to endure rather than fix. They'd say, "I didn't think it was a big deal," or "I thought this was just what aging is." But after decades in medicine, I can tell you, aging isn't about giving up. It's about adapting with wisdom. Every cramp, every restless night, every moment you hesitate to walk or dance or garden is a signal your body needs your care. Not out of fear, but out of love. You don't need to become a health guru or spend hours cooking. Start small. Grab a banana tomorrow morning. Toss some almonds in your bag. Sip coconut water after your next walk. These foods aren't just nutrients. They're tools to keep you moving, to keep you living the life you love. Your legs have carried you through decades, through work, family, triumphs, and challenges. Now it's your turn to carry them with the same care. Consistency is your strength. Awareness is your courage. The final beat. Here's the truth I've learned after years in medicine. Your body doesn't ask for much, but it gives you everything. Your legs are your foundation, your freedom, your ability to step into each day with confidence. These 5 foods, bananas, sweet potatoes, coconut water, salmon, and almonds, aren't just ingredients. They're allies in keeping you strong, steady, and cramp-free. Aging isn't about slowing down. It's about moving smarter, eating wiser, and choosing what heals over what harms. Let today be the day you start nourishing your legs, not just enduring them. Take a moment to share one thing you've learned from this video that you'll try in your life. Maybe it's adding salmon to your weekly menu or cutting back on late-night fluids. Comment 1 if this resonated with you, or 0 if you have feedback to make this better. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more health tips to keep you thriving. Thank you for watching, and here's to strong legs, restful nights, and a life lived fully on your terms.